Oh, that's quite all right. I don't want to insult anybody. All right. Oh, okay. We're live, and it could even be Memorex, but excuse me. Welcome to the Mendon Board of Assessors meeting for March 31st, 2025. And we appreciate you all coming in, joining us. You know what I mean.
And present are.
Where is the, oh, here it is. So can I have a roll call vote to start our meeting?
Assessor Kevin Rudden present.
Does that mean that you're voting present or you're voting to start the meeting?
You've already called the meeting to order. No, I do a roll call for.
All right, who's here? Kevin, are you here?
Kevin Rudden present.
And of course, I'm here, Ken O'Brien. And we have a missing member. Dave Kersey is not available at this moment in time. But we do have someone else here, and that is roll.
Sherry Bates, Principal Assessor.
Oh, wait a minute. I stand corrected. Look at that.
Again,
I think that we have our other member, Mr. Kersey. Are you calling in?
yeah, I'm here.
All right, he's here. So we just started the meeting, took a roll call vote, and
Mr. Chairman,
yes, sir.
Kevin Rudden makes a motion to approve the minutes of the February 24th, 2025 meeting as written.
Second,
Hearing a motion, do I have a second?
Kersey, second.
Okay. Are there any discussions about that meeting minutes? No discussion about the meeting minutes? Then let's call for a vote. All those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes of February 24th,
Rudden,
2025?
aye.
Kersey, aye.
All right, I have a Rudden and a Kersey and an O'Brien.
Mr. Chairman.
Sir.
Kevin Rudden makes a motion to approve the minutes of the February 24th, 2025 executive session as written.
Okay. Do we have a
Kersey,
second? And Mr. Kersey seconds it. Any discussion?
Just that they should remain confidential because they deal with an abatement application.
So they will always stay
Correct.
confidential
To
because
comply
of
with the law.
the pertinent information that all assessor records in that respect are private. Okay, and all those in favor?
Rudden, aye.
Kersey, aye.
And O'Brien said aye. Did we do that already?
No.
Okay. Signed motor vehicle excise warrants. Commitment number 2024-8 and number 2025-2.
Mr. Chairman,
Sir,
Kevin Rudden and David Kersey have already signed
where are they?
in the folder in front of you.
Oh, that's omitted and revised.
Oh, we need to sign that too. And Mr. Rudden and Mr. Kersey have signed that as well.
Okay. And then the next item on the agenda is to sign the omitted revised letter for Gateway.
Yes, Mr. Rudden and Mr. Kersey have already signed.
We had, how many?
The amount there is reflective of the fact that the valuation on the pilot programs was slightly lower than it should have been. So that amount there is the additional tax that was sent out on each of the pilots, the solar pilots.
So it was only on the solar pilots.
Only on the solar pilots.
That's pretty good. How many pilots do we have?
5?
5? Good. So what I just signed is the omitted and revised assessment report, which is revising the assessments in the town of Mendon going up $489.01. And did you report this yet on?
No, because I needed the board to sign it before I could upload it.
Oh, this, okay, the document, yep. Okay, executive session meetings, yep, meetings, yep. Okay, what else do we have in here?
Number 6,
What is this?
review principal assessors time for the months of February and March.
February and March, okay.
Is this the resolution of who gets to sign your time sheet?
No, actually, this was,
I don't think
I
it,
was signing it, and now we have gone to an online format. So there are no signatures required anymore at this time.
isn't that something? After all that hullabaloo. See, now I would ask one question. Do they confirm, since these things are all done by electronic, meaning computers, when you sign on, did they tell you what computer you must sign on with?
No,
So I could sign on with any computer.
so if you have the proper login for the program. You need a login name and password.
Well, you have that.
I have that,
So that means that you could sign in from any computer.
yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you the issue that can come up with this, just so that you know. Nobody else will listen. But the point on this is that if you're not told that you have to use this computer here, I'm pointing to the town big computer, you could use any. So I could use this laptop, for example.
Which is the town laptop.
Yes. But what also happens is that other people, you could be signing in from home. I've gone through this before, so that people could actually sign in from home, then get in the car and drive to work, and it's their driving time was paid for. So that's why I asked you, did they know that?
We're in phase 1, so there could be more changes.
Are
They're
we
just starting it right now.
okay? All right. Do we have I don't know the answer. Do we have what do we call it? Work from home things going on? We don't have that here anymore, right?
I have no idea.
You don't have anybody could work from home.
Not really, no.
So everyone does come to the
Does
office.
come to the office.
Yeah. All right. So that was my point, that if you were
Yeah.
using,
It's pretty much, I mean, I worked from home when I was out sick with COVID.
yeah, well,
I
that's
worked
different.
from home.
Yeah.
But pretty much everybody is coming into the office.
Okay. All right. Well, just that's the one downfall with that signing on thing. Just so you know. Then we were discussing principal assessor. No, we did that. Discussing the overlay account.
Did you pass out my suggested?
Yes.
No.
Yes, that's a suggested.
Oh, this is his suggested thing.
Yeah.
It's an annual procedure for putting dollars in the assessor's overlay account.
Which is, by the way it was done while Gene was here.
Principal assessor, each year during the process of formulating next year's fiscal budget, the principal assessor / board of assessors together determine how much money needs to be in the overlay based on outstanding taxes, pending possible ATP cases, and pending abatements. 2, principal assessor asks the senior senate director how much money is needed in overlay for the senior work-off program. Amount determined from amounts determined from number 1 and number 2 are communicated by the principal assessor in writing to the town administrator, the select board, and the finance committee during the annual budget process. Okay, let me reread that because I missed a comma. Amounts determined from number 1 and number 2 are communicated by the principal assessor in writing to the town administrator and the board of selectmen and the finance committee during the annual budget process, and will be adopted as such.
Yes,
You missed that part.
that is correct. That belongs there.
Right. Right. Because only the Board of Assessors and the principal assessor in consultation with each other have
We determine what needs to go over.
permission to determine what goes in or not goes into assessors overlay.
Mr. Chairman, this is Kevin Rudden.
Yes, sir.
The reason this came about is because the principal assessor was asked if we could release some overlay for the purpose of funding increasing the senior work off for next year. And I pointed out to the principal assessor that we're releasing overlay to put it back in overlay. And why don't we just do it the way it used to be done? Which is we tell people what needs to go on overlay. And if the work off program wants to increase its allotment, then that's fine.
Well,
But it made no sense to me to follow the suggestion of releasing 5,000 from overlay and then have somebody vote to put it back in overlay.
yeah, that
It's
is
already in overlay.
that is an exercise of futility. But at the same time, if I guess I was asking, I asked Sherry earlier
Yeah.
some questions about the work off program, and it had to do with information. How was the program running? Where are they being used? How many hours? What's the functions while they're in those areas? That sort of stuff. And we have being handed a document here that these are all the folks that are on the program earning. Wow.
And where they work, for how many hours.
Wow. Okay, so I know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 folks that are working the program. Well, because I see that there were 1, 2 names that didn't have any hours next to them. Then we ask, so the assessors have used 87 hours, building used 2, Concom 48, food pantry 67, library 93, parks 8, select board 100 hours. Senior center 458 hours. Asterisk includes partial coverage for vacant admin position. Has that admin position been filled?
Yeah.
No,
No.
no, it's still vacant.
Okay.
Wow. Town clerk is 90, treasurer collector is 30.
It's a wonderful use program.
Yeah, no, that I just wanted to see the breakdown on this sort of stuff.
I just personally think that when the number is communicated, the dollar number is communicated to the powers that be, it should be communicated as blank for the assessors and 20 grand for the work-off program for a total of, so that
Oh,
everyone.
you're talking about the overlay.
Right, so that everyone is aware of the breakdown.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not that the assessors use the money. It's not our money to use. It goes back to somebody who was wronged on a valuation.
Correct, and it's also held for any uncollected taxes. But what I mean is, if you say to the powers that be during the budget time, we need 140, I think it ought to be 1,000. It ought to be communicated as 120,000 for the assessors and 20,000 for the senior work-off program for a total of, just so that everybody knows how much is the senior work-off.
Yes, because there was one year that there was question as to who put what in
Yes,
and whether the senior work-off program was actually accounted for. And the answer is it was not accounted for that year. And it took
that was-
$20,000 out of the function of what the overlay
right,
counts
and that
for.
was also the year where the Board of Assessors / principal assessor requested a certain amount, and another board not to be named lowered it without consulting us.
Why can't you name it? The FinCom?
Selectmen.
No. I don't know about that, but
Right,
then there was another year that the FinCom did it.
right, and that's a no-no.
It is a no-no. Okay,
Because they didn't understand what it covered.
okay, so are we up to discussing the actual overlay?
I mean, it's still early on. I mean,
Well, how many outstanding abatement requests do you have?
we have no outstanding abatement requests. Tomorrow is the deadline for the exemptions. And I actually have, there should be a spreadsheet there in that folder there for overlay that I made. Yep, that
This
right
it?
there, yep.
What does this say?
That's a spreadsheet that I made up when I first came on here. I emailed Eric Kinship to find out what was currently in the overlay so that I could start a spreadsheet, and then right below that amount, you see for FY25, the overlay amount for this current fiscal year was $144,066.47.
So we're on the negative.
No.
Well, that's taking into consideration what
Yes.
the outstanding real estate
Well,
is. And right now, that number is so large because the May 1st payments have not been
Oh, come in yet.
come in yet. So the fourth quarter payments have not been made yet. This is what is outstanding as of March 31st.
So how many payments have not been paid through Q3,
We don't
not
know.
including Q4?
We don't know.
Why, they can't get that number?
No, because when she runs the report, it comes out everything that's owed to date.
You know, I care about past years.
The past years, there's still $23,120.05 owed in real estate taxes.
Plus the 14 in personal property.
14,000, and that's from 2022 to 2024.
So 37, roughly $38,000 is still outstanding between real estate and PP.
Yes,
So we need at least that money sitting in there.
yes.
And we.
then
I
after
said, what did I say, 30 what?
38,
38,
Okay.
20,
And then once the May
37.
1st payments are made, then you'll know what's.
Then
Well,
I'll get another
okay.
report from her after the May
But,
1st payments have been made to update that.
Excluding that for a second,
So let's say there's another 300,000 that's gonna be made in real estate payments for Q4.
yeah, but let's start over that. We're starting the year at $144,000. We've given out $89,911 in abatements and exemptions,
Yes,
which leaves us a net of
50,
roughly 50,000.
yeah.
54, give or take.
And of that 54,000, how much, what's our liability on senior work on? 15,000?
Roughly, yes.
Okay, so now you're down to 29,
Ish.
okay, and we have.
And how much in personal property we have outstanding? 6,500?
That's
But that's,
But that's,
But you still have the 38 standing from last year.
yeah.
well, there's
in
still,
the last 3 years.
So everything, if everything's collected this year, we're barely breaking even.
you're not breaking even.
We're not.
There's
in
not,
We're in deficit,
there's not enough money in the overlay account.
right, so.
Because the overlay account has to cover everything that's unpaid for years past.
Right, so you need to have a number for town meeting, correct?
No, because the only place this is discussed is on the recap report. You don't vote for this at town meeting.
Voted on.
That's why it blew my mind that the
Okay, well then
FinCom would get involved in it.
we don't need to know the number until we set the tax rate, but we know it has to be higher than 144.
So we might be looking at like 164, 174.
Plus
Well,
the 20.
Okay, all right. I tell you what I'd like to do is table this discussion
Yeah.
until we have the results of Q4, which is it's May 1st that everything's due, but I'll give it to May 15th to have all those checks posted
Yeah.
to the appropriate accounts.
I
So,
was thinking that, maybe have a meeting, like towards the end of May.
Right,
yes, but,
And then that way-
what we would be looking at is we would be looking for the outstanding real estate and then the outstanding personal property. And then, of course, we have to add these two numbers up.
right, but technically the only thing on the agenda tonight was, do we want to make that a policy that we can distribute to the other folks so they know how we do it?
Yeah, okay, if we want to get, well, let's put this on the agenda for the next time. On the next meeting.
Well, what about the thing that I drafted?
Well, wait a minute, I'm going back to it.
Okay,
I'd like to have inserted in it what I said before.
I agree with you.
And what was it that I said before?
That it's directed by assessors how much the amount was. When you said add, the last point said the amounts from number 1 and 2 are communicated by the principal assessor and the town administrator, select board and finance committee during the annual budget process and can't be changed.
Now, do you happen to know the MGL that backs that up?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
I don't remember it either.
Well, if you want to wait till the next meeting, I can look it up and add that phrase in.
Well, we'll just add the MGL to it, per MGL.
I may have that over there.
Okay.
Because I do have,
Okay,
the IGR for.
yeah, well,
the
just
overlay and everything.
yeah, just add that to the bottom of
Yep.
the,
You
of
know,
the
in
thing.
case
So-
some people question what we're saying.
Right. Okay, so Kevin makes a motion that this be used
As a policy going.
as a policy guide and that he on how the assessors operate. Here it is. Can you read that?
Kersey, second. I'm good.
Okay. And then of course, and this is going to be the thing that you'll just fill out and send in. Okay. Do I have a second?
Kersey, second.
And any further discussion on this? I know that we've already have had discussion on it, but any additional discussion? Hearing none, why don't we vote to make this a policy? Kevin? Kevin says yes. Dave?
Kersey, aye.
Kersey says aye, and O'Brien says aye. It's now policy.
And just, Mr. Chairman, for the record, this is nothing new. It's how it's been done for the last dozen or so years. We're just codifying it in writing for the first time. Because there's new players on board who may not know how it's been done.
Yes, and the biggest thing is to remember about the MGL that says that it's not open for discussion. These are the numbers.
Correct.
Okay, all right, excellent, excellent. Great policy. Well, yeah, this other thing was on our thing about discussing the overlay. Number 7, discuss increasing senior tax off work from $15,000 to $20,000. I don't think that's our purview.
Well, the principal assessor was asked by the town administrator if we would do that.
Well, if we would do what?
It's currently 15. Would we increase it to 20? I think what we need is, we need some communication from the senior center director saying, I'd like it increased in fiscal 26 from 15 to 20.
Well, it would be from the senior center director to the town administrator,
And
then from the town administrator to the Board of Assessors through the principal assessor.
Or it could just be to the town administrator and the Board of Assessors in one memo.
Yeah, but I guess I'm going for a point or a chain of command. Yeah, that if someone's requested, don't request it of the assessors. You need to request it through the executive branch, because the selectmen have to vote on that. Not us. We only agree to either put the money in or not put the money in,
That is true, because the senior center director reports to the select board.
not to us. So,
Correct.
we're,
I
our
stand
hands are
corrected,
tied.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. So we're not going to take a vote on it because we can't vote on it. But I would strongly suggest to our principal assessor, if you would let the town administrator know that the request should go from the senior center who operates and runs the program to back to the town administrator to the Board of Selectmen, where the BOS have to sign it. They have to vote on it. Then when they vote on it, then it can come back through communication alleys that we're just going to, add 20 instead of 15. Because we have no say in it. David, for your edification, is that clear?
Crystal clear. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you understand where I was going with this.
Mr. Chairman, this is Kevin Rudden.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I make a request for the next meeting?
Oh, yeah, we can do anything. Would you have something to put on the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to put a discussion of one of the 3 ABC charitable forms we received, that we invite in folks representing the Shirley Jean Smith Agricultural and Art.
Agricultural and art, what?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Agricultural and Art, to discuss the charitable submission. And the reason I'm requesting it is the form itself states that there's been nothing done on the land since it was founded in August 13th of 2015. And if you are having it on land, there's supposed to be a building within 2 years. We're now at 10 years with no building. So we need a discussion with them on where's this thing going
Okay, that's great.
before we.
We
let it
gotta have a
continue.
discussion with them.
Right, before we let it continue as untaxable.
Well, no, before we vote to accept all these things.
Yes,
And I think that we also should put it on the agenda for the next time of all the 3 ABCs.
yes.
Please don't photocopy these ABCs per se.
I do not copy those at all. You guys are gonna have to pass them. one
Right,
by one back
exactly.
to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm-
no, that's just too much paper.
It is.
Ridiculous.
I'm just reading this, but it says, how is the property used by your organization? Not in use currently. What other organizations use the property? None. So the submittal form itself says it's been not used for 10 years.
Okay, well, let's see what the petitioner has to say about it.
Do you want to schedule a?
Oh, yeah, call him up and invite him to our meeting, to the next meeting.
When do you want to have the next meeting?
I don't know. As everybody grabs their phones, because that's our brain box. What month are we in? Oh, tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
14th, 21st, or 28th?
Okay, let me get
That
into
one?
that. What do you say, the 14th? That's a Friday, wrong month, Ken.
14th is.
14th is a Monday.
Mhm.
It's 2 weeks from now. 14th works for me. 21st works for me. 28th works for me.
No, 14th does not work for me.
How about the 21st?
I have to meet with the BOS in another town. What's that, 21st?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, that looks swell.
21st works for me.
And for you, Dave,
21st is mine.
21st is fine. Okay. Let
So
me
if
go
you
back
were
to
invited
today.
by Mr. Smith to the April 21st meeting,
Okay.
I effectively put it in the magic machine right now.
Title. Assessors meeting. Wow. The way it knows these things is beyond me. Does the phone listen to our conversations?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You want me to invite them in for 6 o'clock?
No, like quarter of.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be here all night. Add. Okay. 5 o'clock. Sounds swell to me. What other things do we have that we should be talking about?
Prepping for the town meeting,
What's at the town meeting?
or normal articles. We have the 2 normal articles about money for the next free cert year.
Okay,
You know, we ask for it a little bit every year.
okay. And then we also have, do we have them on for any of the other ones that we have to do?
No,
I don't remember.
we did them all.
No, we
We
did
did them?
those at the special
Special.
town meeting, so we're all set
Cool.
on that. So it's just the 2 articles for the valuation and the cyclical
Okay.
that have been submitted.
So, just as a reminder to all of our vets that are disabled at 100%, to remind them that they can come in and get a full
Exemption on their-
exemption on their excise tax.
On
for
one vehicle.
one car.
And those have, those guys have been coming in. I've done quite a few of them thus far. Robin has been, at his little meetings.
Yeah, Robin Fletcher, our VOS, Veteran Service Officer.
He's been letting them know, so, they've been coming in or calling me.
VSO.
regarding that.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
And then, this will be the first year coming in FY 26 that we're doubling the exemptions for the veterans on that. How's the, on general discussion, how's the other program coming? Shouldn't that be up for,
next year.
okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
You know, the thing,
the senior means tested
senior means tested, that's right.
fiscal year 26 town meeting. I'm sorry, calendar 26 town meeting, except for renewal. This is only the second year we have it.
So in the spring, this year's spring?
No, next year.
Oh, so the spring of 26.
Spring of 26 annual town meeting, it will be up for renewal.
Okay. And how's it going otherwise?
It's going great.
And we're still issuing the 41s and the 17s?
Oh, yeah, those are mandated under, the, general law and everything, so we still have those, and I've got, people coming in and asking questions about the exemptions and everything, and what can they get, what are they entitled to, what are they, eligible for.
And you've done what, at least one, or not two outreaches?
I've done one so far, and I'll probably set another one up, to possibly June.
Yeah.
Amy and I have been talking about setting up another date to do a outreach down at the senior center.
Oh, okay. In other words, you get on the program.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. Now, just for everyone's edification at home, tomorrow at end of business is the last time we can issue an exemption for this year.
No, last day to apply.
Last day to apply for your exemption.
Well, okay, you're right. It's the last day to apply
Right, for fiscal 25.
for FY 25 for this year.
Right.
Of making the assumption that when someone's applying in front of you, you can tell them right then and there whether they're good or not.
Well, see, I operate in a town where the board actually has to vote on all those
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
and sign them. You don't have that
I don't have that. I do it instantly.
because you are the board.
I am a board. I'm a board of one. I forgot about that. Okay. But at least they would theoretically know that what they could be eligible for. Okay, good. What else we got?
I make a move. This is Kevin Rudd and I make a move to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting. Do I hear a second?
Kersey, second.
Mr. Kersey goes for a second. Any discussion on this? Hearing none?
Rudd and I.
Kersey, aye. See you guys in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you, sir, for joining us. I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. And while we're saying bye-bye to our associate, I want to say bye-bye to you and thank you for joining us tonight. It really was nice having you. So I just need to figure out how to, I'll use this mouse, leave. So good night to all.